for Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. Oh dear Lord, I finally read and finished this book, and oh my god. I thought Clockwork Prince was bad for me because I was heartbroken in Clockwork Prince, but that was nothing compared to this book. That was like tame, okay, compared to this book. This freaking book. Obviously, there's gonna be spoilers in this for Clockwork Angel and Clockwork Prince, and most likely in Clockwork Princess. Let's just be honest, I'm gonna spoil it all. So there are things I want to talk about, so they're gonna be spoilers. Jem and Tessa, as you know, they are engaged in this book, and it is wonderful. It's beautiful. I love it. They're just so good together, and I absolutely love them. And Jem, as you know, is still getting sick. He's getting sicker, and it is heartbreaking to read about, and it's so sad. And every time he's on there, he's like getting weaker, and it's just so sad to read about. And you can see how everybody wants to help him. Whenever he's around, it's just, you can't help but think he's gonna die, and it's so sad. It killed me. It killed me. And some of the things that some people were saying to Tessa and Jem, like how it's unfair to marry a girl just to make her a widow in the next couple of days or months, and I was just like, oh no, he did. Oh no, no, no. I don't think so. You about to get cut. Speaking of the Lightwoods, they're actually very big part of the story. I loved loved the scene where Gabriel Lightwood comes in to tell the Shadowhunters that his father is a worm, and they're all like, we know. And they're like, no, I mean a worm, a gigantic worm. He turned into a worm. Benedict Lightwood turned into a worm. It was so awesome. And they had to go and they had to kill him. And I think it was Gabriel who did the final kill shot for him. After that, Gabriel moved into the Institute with Will and Tessa and Charlotte and Henry, and also his brother Gideon, who happens to be in love with Sophie, who is freaking awesome. I love Sophie and Gideon together. They're amazing. Sophie and Gideon relationship, she kind of overreacted over the scones. Let me tell you that. She flipped her lid over some scones. Girl, take it down a notch. Just a notch. You know. In the end, Sophie and Gideon, they get together because he asked her to marry her in a way that he wasn't planning on it. It was just kind of out there, and it was so sweet. She actually ascended into a Shadowhunter, and her Shadowhunter name was Sophia, and it was amazing, and I love them together. Cicely Herondale. She comes in the book at the end of Clockwork Prince, and we're all left to wonder, you know, what the heck's gonna happen. Well, turns out in the beginning she is trained to be a Shadowhunter. Although we find out that the only reason she came to the Institute was to pretend to be a Shadowhunter so she can get Will and take him home where he belongs. But she realizes that he belongs in the Institute, and in the end she realizes that she does as well. So she stays, and she begins a relationship with Gabriel Lightwood, and it was kind of slow going throughout the book, and it was cute, and in the end they end up, you know, getting together, and it was kind of adorable, and I liked it, and I thought they were really cute, especially because that was kind of like, I think the main thing that brought the Lightwoods and Herondales together is that relationship. And you know, as we see in the Mortal Instruments series, Jace Herondale and Alec Lightwood pair body, so I think it's kind of cool that was the main thing that kind of brought them together. Next I want to talk about is Tessa. We learned about Tessa's heritage, her origin, and it is so cool. Tessa is half Shadowhunter, half Warlock, and it is freaking awesome. I love Tessa so much. She's like one of the greatest characters, I think. She's amazing. And one of my favorite scenes in this book is the scene where she, in the end, towards the end, where she was able to transform into the angel. What? That was amazing. It was so good. I loved reading about it. The next one I want to talk about is my favorite relationship throughout this whole damn story, okay? This is my absolute favorite relationship. Will and Jem. Okay, Will and Jem. I love them so much. Like, their relationship, their pair body relationship is so amazing. It is I think it's better than freaking Jem and Tessa and Will and Tessa. Don't get me wrong, I love them together, but I mean, Will and Jem, their pair body is just amazing. And I love that we got to see the bond between the pair bodies and their own devices, because we really don't see it in Mortal Instruments. Like, we know it exists, we know it's a thing, but we really don't know like how strong of a thing the pair body bond is until we get to the own devices. And especially in this book, when there's a scene about the pair body bond, when oh my god, I can't even say it. When Jem dies, okay, he dies, and Will feels it. He feels his pair body bond break in his room. Just, it's like a rope thing stretching and snapping and cutting, and it was just heartbreaking to read about. I couldn't do it. Oh my god, I had to put the book down and set it back, and I was like, no. Will was so hurt. Like, he didn't know what to do with himself. He just, oh my god, and Tessa didn't even know, and it was just so heartbreaking. I mean, oh dear Lord, I couldn't deal. That was like, that killed me. That destroyed me. But I loved how she put that scene in there and how we finally got to see how strong the pair body room is. Speaking of Jem, as I said, he died, or so we thought. The pair body room did snap and Will felt it, so, you know, we were led to believe he's dead. It did say that, but what it comes to find out, Jem actually turned into a silent brother. Brother Zechariah is Jem. What? Wait, hold up a minute. Wait. No. What? I was so damn shocked. That was another time when I had to put the book aside and I was like, no, I can't deal with this anymore. I can't do it anymore. I mean, I'm glad that Jem's alive. Don't get me wrong. I am so happy. But I did not see him becoming a silent brother. I mean, apparently, after I read Clockwork Princess, I was reading stuff online, and there was speculation that a lot of people thought that one of the silent brothers, that brother Zechariah, was someone from the Infernal Devices. And it was like speculated on one of her websites or something like that. I don't really check her websites or like other fan sites. I don't really go on those, so I had no idea. It was like a complete and total surprise to me that brother Zechariah was actually Jem. I had no idea, so I loved it. It was a huge plot twist for me, and I did not see that coming. And it was brilliant. It was brilliant. Brilliant. Like I said, I am so glad that Jem is alive, but I am also sad because the path of the brotherhood is a very lonely place to be, and you have to give up every single thing that you love. Will and Tessa are the two most important people to Jem, and he has to give them up as well as his music, which he absolutely loves. And it's just so heartbreaking. Will and Tessa. I love Will and Tessa together as much as I love Jem and Tessa together. Like, they're both perfect for her, and she's perfect for them, and either one of them works so well together. So when Tessa finds out that Jem is dead, she's devastated, and Will is just heartbreaking too. But then, like, I don't even know how long it was, like maybe a couple of hours or something, but then they slept together. Will and Tessa slept together. And the reason they slept together, I think, is because it was a mix of emotions that they had towards Jem's death, but also their feelings for each other. And I think it just finally overwhelmed them, and it happened. I love Will and Tessa together just as much as Jem and Tessa, and I think that they're perfect, and Will treats her like she's the only person in the world for him, and she turns out she is, because at the very end, Will and Tessa get married. The epilogue. Oh my god, it was amazing and heartbreaking all in one. Will and Tessa, we know they got married and they have children. They are living a happy and lovely life, and they've been married for a very long time. He gave her like a bracelet thing for their 30th wedding anniversary. So they were married for a very long time, and we found out that Will dies, but he dies of old age. Will and Tessa live a long and happy life full of love and children and just happiness, but unfortunately old age gets ya. It gets ya. And he died, and it was so heartbreaking. But the way that he died, he has all of his family and friends came in. They were telling stories about their past and everything they had done, and then you have Tessa on one side, and then brother Zechariah, Jem, comes in and he plays a song for Will, and it's tells every single thing from the beginning they first met to everything that happened from there. Tessa, him dying, the infant, all that stuff. The birth of their first child, the naming it James. He plays a song that tells everything that's happened between them and the three of them and him and Will, and it was beautiful and heartbreaking. And then he goes and he sits by Will on one side and Tessa on the other, and Will looks at the both of them, smiles, and then he dies. And it was so sad, but beautiful at the same time. And then we fast forward to 2008, where we have Tessa and Jem on Blackfriars Bridge, I think it's called. They agreed to meet there once a year, every year, for an hour, just to see each other. And they've been doing that every year for 100 and something odd years. And Jem said it kind of kept his humanity intact, because when he comes back in here, he ain't a silent brother anymore. What? We were told that you cannot be cured from becoming a silent brother. So what the hell happened? So, like, what? What? How the hell did he become? What? But the best part is that now he's no longer a silent brother. He's free. He's able to do whatever he wants, and he's only aged a little bit, so looks like he may be in his 20s or something like that. But he's no longer a silent brother, which means he can do whatever he wants. He's free, which means he's free to be with Tessa, and they get together. Because she loves him as much as he loves her. She always has. And she's always loved Will, too. It doesn't take anything away from the fact that she loved Will. But, you know, it's been 145 years. And they are together. And it just made me so sweet. I love how, in the end, Cassandra Clare made it so that she ends up with both of them. Like, it was such a great ending. And the best part about this is that we get a satisfying ending in this book. But also a cliffhanger that makes you want to read the 6th book in the Moral Instrument series. It's brilliant. It's absolutely 100% brilliant. Yes, this book is heartbreaking, it's emotional, it's amazing, it's beautiful, it's everything you want. But yeah, so that's it for this review. I hope you guys enjoy it. I will see you guys in the next video.